Good morning. Welcome to the Vibe Podcast, very first webinar. Yay! Our very first webinar. Yay! My name is Diana, and I'm the creator and the host of the Vibe Podcast, a lovely, lovely indie podcast show hosted by yours truly. Can it get any better? Can it get any better? I think the answer is yes. Okay. Back today is actually our anniversary. Happy anniversary. Hey! Happy anniversary. Hey! So back in 2021, May 19 was very much similar same situation that I find myself today in the same shit as in May 2021. I don't know why my bottle of water, sorry. This bottle of water sounds like guns. All right. And it's being recorded live for my friends on Facebook. And ultimately, the finished product will be on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. So, Instagram is my T channel. You're not going to get professional Diana on that channel. Okay, that's not the channel to go for guidance. The Instagram T channel is to go for gossip bochinche entertainment. All right. So back in 2021, I had an epiphany. After I solved my father's murder, right, and confronted everyone that I felt knew about this crime, I got an epiphany at my job. Back in 2021, I was a receptionist at Section 8. And I had by then I already had a full life. I came from the strip club world. I came from the hotel world, from New York City world. So I had a full life already by 2021. And I had been thinking about podcasting, sharing with the world my crazy life, right? But people kept trying to interfere in my plans. And so in March of 2021, I got an epiphany at my job. I was like, they're not going to stop. If I don't turn this into a legit business, they're not going to stop. Okay. So back in March of 2021, I applied for the Vibe podcast to be trademarked, to include so much. But 2021 to present, some things have changed. Some things have changed that I need to revisit the trademark. So we let it drop, and that's fine. We can still rock and roll under the Vibe podcast, but we do have to make amend. We have to make not changes completely, amend some things with the trademark. All right. So having webinars, though, that I find very interesting because my experience, right, when telling people about my podcast is that they don't believe me. They think like I'm fool, like I'm some kind of clown or something. I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what's up with that, but that has been the theme since 2021. Whenever I tell someone personally about the podcast, it's some other shit. It usually turns into some other shit. And unfortunately, to this day, it has been some other shit. So I'm being forced, right? In essence, I'm being forced to carry on with the Vibe podcast very much like how I did back in 2021. Very, very indie, very short episodes as well. All right. But some things from the trademark I want to include, okay, like the webinars, because it really is not that difficult. It really is not that difficult to start a podcast. What you have to have, though, is the bravado. You got to have balls for this. People ain't going to like you. People are going to boo you as well. But you have to keep going because that's the motto. In the entertainment business, the show must go on. The show has to go on. You guys thought I was stopping? You guys really thought you could stop me? Oh, that's so funny. Hold up. You can't stop me. All right. The most that you can do, and it's because I'm so stubborn as well, and I love being petty too, is delay. But even the delays are part of the process. So I remain calm while these people are plotting and planning and doing whatever they're doing behind my back. I'm here chilling. I'm here chilling like a villain, trying to make a million. So the Vibe podcast also has a page on Indiegogo. I'm documenting the whole story. And I'm flabbergasted when I tell people that I'm documenting the story of my life and they can't understand that that includes you. Any interaction that I have with you is part of the story of my life. So if you are intending on ruining my plans, guess what? That's part of the story. That is part of the story as well. All right. But, what I took from all of those attacks is that, damn, they must be jealous. They must be jealous. So I'm here to teach you how you too can create a podcast. You can create an I Hate Diana podcast show. You can actually do that. Save all your energy for that. Instead, watch you be proud of yourself. You know what I mean? So during my epiphany, when I realized this community ain't shit, I decided to get on trademarkengine.com. Trademark Engine is where you apply for trademark, LLC, and things like that. Your ideas, your content is important. Protect it with the law. All right. So I have freedom of speech, freedom of press. Now, you as a United States citizen have also freedom of press and freedom of speech. You have that. You could do private journalism, but I choose to have a brand. You know what I mean? I want to come at you as a brand, not just myself. You know what I mean? I want to come at you as a brand. So that's where I got up on Trademark Engine. And that's where we applied for the brand, the Vibe Podcast. Why? Well, I feel like my story matters. Oh, you thought because you don't give a fuck that shit is gonna affect me? You thought that? Because you don't give a fuck shit is that shit don't have nothing to do with me. How you feel has nothing to do with me. You guys got to let that sink in. Let it sink in. How you feel has nothing to do with me. Same essence. And I had to learn that too the hard way. How I feel has nothing to do with you. So I could get up on these lives, I could get up on YouTube, I could get up on Instagram and share my story because I'm allowed to. I'm allowed to per the US Constitution. Thank a soldier. And very much like my story matters, your story matters as well. All right? Your story matters as well. So that's why I decided to get up on these monthly webinars. So we'll probably do another live video sometime next month. All right. Now, with the Vibe podcast, just want to be clear. I don't want to participate in any interviews. Don't contact me for interviews. I'm not here for that. What I am interested in, though, is panel discussion. Okay. Depending on the topic, there will be panel discussions. Now, due to the conduct, though, of my community, I don't wish to engage in any panel discussion with anyone from my community at this time because you're not mature enough to engage in this realm. You're not. You're not mature enough to engage in the kind of conversations that I'm trying to get into. Okay. And I've tried. We're doing this 4 years with my people, 4 years. All right. And no. So for that reason, at this time, there is no panel discussions with my community. Absolutely not. I don't give a fuck about you and your fucking problems. Get the fuck up out of here. Get off my pages. Understand that I could pull stats. I know who watches my shit. Bunch of stalkers. All right. So this is something that maybe we can try to revisit next month. Maybe things have changed next month. I wanted to do a panel discussion on growing up poor. If you have been on Instagram, I have been sharing some reels on my story. Uh 1977 is where I can track the disturbance. Okay, that's before my time. So I cannot give a fuck about shit that don't got nothing to do with me. Does your upbringing has nothing to do with me because your parents failed you has nothing to do with me because you grew up in hazardous waste. Do you see how the Bronx was in 1977 with all this rubble, all this trash? What all that rubble and trash has also chemical waste. And children were playing in this shit. Now these children are grown and they're disturbed. So it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous for me to engage with my community at this time. So I guess we can revisit when I can afford security because at this time I can't do it by myself. I can't. And it's not a fear thing, is I'm a warrior and a good warrior knows when to retreat. And it's time to retreat up out of my community. It's time. It's been time to retreat up out of here. All right. So maybe next month we can possibly revisit because the last podcast episode that I have, I left it on an open-ended question. Especially for my Puerto Ricans here in New York. How was your upbringing? How was your upbringing? Email the Vibe Podcast at outlook.com. Right? How was your upbringing? So let me just put some notes here. Yeah, due to the level of disturbance in my community, I can't even tell you like when the show is coming out. I can't tell you like I can't because people are actively shitting on my plans as we speak. I had to tell this man to please leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. You know, you guys had your time. You didn't want none of this. Now you want to because you see is real, bitch. I don't lie. I don't lie. So back the fuck up off my pages. Please. So maybe we can revisit this next month. A panel discussion. All right. I have maybe I'll share my Cash App here. Yeah. You can donate to the channel. I've asked for donations as well. I do have breast cancer, so it does affect my living at this time. So I'll be sharing the Cash App link. And then I was gonna prepare for my first solo episode, and the way that I like to do it was with music in the background and stuff like that. But due to the level of ignorance in my community, the Vibe podcast is going to be geared more toward storytelling. All right, storytelling. I listen to music on the regular, so music doesn't need to be on the podcast as well. Is it fun? Yeah, absolutely. I have done some awesome episodes breaking down music, and my son is very talented in editing. But for the bullshit that we got out here right now, bitch, nah. You gonna get what I give you, and that's it. You're gonna get these nuts, and that's it. So maybe this is something that we can revisit down the line. I don't even feel like breaking this down right now like that. Yeah, let's see if we can have fun. I will revisit this next month, but at this time, the podcast is only going to be geared toward storytelling. I like promoting things, books, places, stuff like that. I like panel discussion as well, but really with the level of ignorance and immaturity in the state of New York, yo, peace. Enjoy the vibe.